This is CHH My Radio 580 AM, locally operated, locally owned, your own radio station, My Radio 580 AM, bringing Albertans together.
Morning. Happy Sunday to one and all in Radio Land and on Facebook. Thank you for joining us on My Radio 580 AM on this another beautiful Sunday morning. We had Nesbeth and Agent Sasko bringing us in this morning because we have a special guest with us this morning.
Okay.
And for sure, the fire starter is with me, Latoya.
Yes.
In the house.
Yes. Happy to be here, everybody. Happy to be here indeed.
Yeah, and of course, I'm the one and only Daddy A, as given by Greg.
Look here, only I get to call you Daddy. Nobody. Look here, we have to find a different name. No Daddy around here. No. We're not doing it.
And of course, with us this morning, we have the one and only Jabari Broodhagen.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Thank you for having me, man.
Thank you for coming on with us this morning.
Happy Sunday.
Yeah, for sure. And so today we're going to be discussing a topic that's pretty interesting because there are quite a few people, including myself, who have lived their entire lives until adulthood not being aware that they were living with ADHD and how that has affected and ADD and how that has affected their lives and coping until they actually figured out what was happening and how that has affected their life overall, right? And the trajectory and how even that can be used as a superpower to help us navigate life in and of itself.
Yeah.
And so
to all the little people.
To all the people out there. Yeah. So we're gonna give you an opportunity, as we normally do, to introduce yourselves. And you don't have to be modest about it. You get to talk about yourself so that the people in Radio Land, the people in Facebook Land get to know you.
Okay.
Who is Jabari Broodhagen?
Well, sir,
Sorry, why you look like you're hiding from the mic? Speak in the mic, no hiding from the mic.
All right, man, okay, peoples, okay, we're here. All right, listen, man. My name is Jabari Broodhagen. I operate under the moniker Brudi.
Brudi, yes.
That is homage from my grandfather on my dad's side.
Mm-hmm.
When I heard it, I, like a little child, I asked my pops, can that be me too?
Superhero.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So we started there, and I've been doing this for a little while, and formally, I would say, formally/professionally, since 2022.
Mm-hmm.
That just means, it's registered.
Yeah.
I have, a calendar.
Mm-hmm.
There's contracts.
Yeah.
Up until that point or before that point, it was a lot of basement stuff, a lot of, misguided focus, so to speak.
Yeah.
And not really, having that belief that this thing could be for real. So after 2022, that's kind of what we did, and we started off with the tattooing, and then we went full circle and came back for the art, the first passion, and now we've been juggling the both, and it has been a blessing.
Oh, wow.
It's been a blessing.
Definitely. Thank you for letting people know who you are. Now, we also ask you to shout out. Is there anybody that you want to shout out this morning? Say, hey.
Hey, shout out to the Dukes. That's outside. My mom, Colleen Nita, she is upmost my biggest fan, and she...
let's drop a horn for Miss Colleen.
She is, yeah, man. She is my rock, so to speak,
Anyone else?
The rest of the family, obviously my pops, Michael Broodhagen, my brother, Karim, my daughter, Acacia, I love you. My older brother Akil. It's a family effort over here. Everyone supports.
Yeah.
Shout out to Darren Jordan of Five Artists One Love. He gave me my formal first nod with the AGA the beginning of this year. Yeah,
Wonderful.
he is the guy that really put me to the world.
Yeah, we're going to put you on the spot because I love the fact that you've started with your success story, right? You started with where you are today, but lots of people looking at you won't know where you're coming from. There's a Jamaican proverb that I think you're familiar with. Thank God we don't look like what we've been through, huh?
Okay, we're starting there. All
For
right,
sure.
All right, man.
So, we have especially the Black community, there is a stigma surrounding ADHD.
There is.
And lots of children suffer in silence because not only are parents afraid to get their children diagnosed, but having a diagnosis also means that there's a label attached that is other than Black
This is true.
to your child. And lots of times what tends to happen is that adding another label to our phenotype of Black presenting can create additional barriers for us in formal systems. Tell us about your childhood. What that looked like. When were you let's start with when were you diagnosed with ADHD?
2 years ago.
Wait.
2 years ago. Literally, yeah. So, okay, yeah. So, growing up, I grew up in the 90s. This is where it took me many years into my adulthood, like I said a few years ago, to when I started looking back on my childhood.
Yeah.
And a lot of these behaviors in my childhood that I was condemned for.
Yes.
Not only maybe were they exacerbated in some areas, but also I've had to learn to overcome those very things that were condemned. So, I was in conversations with someone that I was working with, and they were the ones that originally brought the idea of the ADHD. First off, I thought was garbage. I thought that really and truly, what this is such a minor or culturally minor offense in terms of mental health that at this point, is there any real significance?
Yeah.
And I continued to work with this person. I think by the end of Q1 in 2022, this person is like, adamantly, you are ADHD.
Yeah.
And everything that I do
is just popping up.
And then she started pointing out, changing topic mid-sentence, forgetting what you're saying.
Yeah.
Mid-sentence. I thought there were other reasons for that. And, not having a fair shake, I don't know, you kind of brush these things under the rug.
Yeah.
So, she kept reminding me. I did some preliminary research myself. I go to see a therapist, of which took me probably about 6 months to get a therapist.
Oh, yeah.
Finally get a therapist. I did a small written test. Extreme.
Yeah.
Off the charts.
Yeah.
So...
That must have been shocking.
Oh, listen, it wasn't. It was to see it on paper, but at the same time, I knew something.
It. Yeah.
So tie me back to my childhood, man. Every single report from school read the same, and I quote:
Yeah.
Jabari, it's a pleasure. We love having him around. Although,
yeah,
he seems to be the class clown. Can't sit still. And he is always in the thick of it.
Yeah.
No matter what it was.
Yeah.
From kindergarten all the way through. And I was just having a conversation with a family friend the other day. Same situation, the youth. And I said, you should probably address this a lot sooner than I did.
Yeah.
And what I had found as I'm talking to you, I am forgetting what we were talking, but still remembering.
See,
ADHD,
it's Max.
it's real. So basically, as the child, as I got older into the elementary, junior high, these outbursts and lack of, emotional discipline or whatever you want to call it, regulation, whatever you want to call it, it just got me into more trouble to the point where I couldn't speak.
Yeah.
Because any comment I made set the class off.
Wow.
And then I was gone.
Yeah.
And then that enlists its own. Right?
Yeah.
Doesn't that speak to then in the 90s the lack of awareness,
understanding,
the lack of education about how ADHD presents itself? Because a teacher should also be educated about that.
And it's so funny that you say that because, yes, that is standard to be the case.
Yes.
Before the issue of race comes in.
Yeah. There we go.
And now it makes so much sense as you're old and you look back when you don't have any cultural understanding of the kids that are in your class.
Yes.
This boils down to everything.
Sound your life,
Everything, right?
Yes.
And I tell people all the time, right? And I don't have to use any specific race markers, but if, you grew up seeing one kind, one image in all facets of your life.
Yep.
This is from family, friends, this is right down to the grocery store clerk. Things in life, cultural norms become normal to you.
Yeah.
If you don't understand these things, if you come from a culture where they're not supposed to look you in the eye, then you are confronted with someone that doesn't look you in the eye.
Yeah.
You might think that is utter disrespect.
Yeah, disrespect, yeah.
But you have no clue that in their culture it is actually disrespectful
to look in the
for
eye.
a child
Yeah.
to stare you in your eye or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So when you add race into this, you don't understand
culture,
our culture. You don't understand
opens
our
a
jokes. You
whole-
understand when I wear my hair like this.
Yeah.
You might think that I was having the worst week of my life.
When it's the most liberating week of their life.
I don't wear no do-rag.
Right.
I can just shake and bake.
Just be.
So, and again, it takes so many years, and my parents are just coming around now to the idea of probably a little far too late, but as an adult, I face these challenges now daily.
Yeah.
So do you think education about ADHD is important in society, especially with the intersectionality of race?
100%.
And your parents would have been home, aware of it, and they too had no knowledge of what was presenting before them, whether they accepted you fully or not. The reality is there was a slow pace
Oh, yeah.
in for you to get the support that you needed.
Oh, yeah. And even now, I don't know that I could use that
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, yeah.
Caribbean parents.
No, you're right.
Mommy, I'm depressed. That's almost like a sketch to run, right? Like, just see what happens. Yeah, let's just see what happens, right?
But one of the things that I wanted to jump on just before, because yes, we're using these titles, ADHD, ADD, but really, like, Latoya, what is ADHD? Talk about the clinical piece.
Well, I didn't want to show clinical
Yeah,
space today, but
I mean, people need to know.
like attention deficit disorder, that the attention deficit disorder
hyperactive,
is ADD, but the attention deficit hyperactive
Activity.
disorder is the other piece that has more of the
Bouncing off the wall.
presentations. Funny enough, ADHD has always been a boy-associated diagnosis because they look for the behavioral presentation to say the disorganization, the impulsive behaviors, the can't sit still in your seat, not being able to concentrate, bouncing off the walls. And so for a long time in the education field, they used to call it hyperactivity, which we didn't want to label our kids after a while in the education system.
They just call you rude.
Don't label your child as hyperactive.
They just call you rude.
Rude. And so I love that you're sharing your perspective, but I've treated a lot of women, black women, who've had ADHD presentations and didn't get any support for it because nobody saw ADHD in women.
You have a minute.
Just okay. So ADD is when people are experiencing the symptoms, but there isn't a lot of behavioral responses associated with it. So I call our house a poster home of ADHD. My husband has ADHD. I have it. Our kids have it. But even though we're in a household, everybody's presentation is
different,
so
totally different
and unique because it's exasperated by so many other things, right? And so I love the fact that you're here, and we want to get into more
right after this break.
Right after this break.
Welcome back after that break. And just before the break, we were talking about how ADHD presents. Of course, the poster home over here for ADHD, all four of us bouncing.
Yeah.
And our guest, Brudi, I'll use Brudi.
Thank you.
Sharing how he,
Sure.
you know, had to navigate that coming up.
And I
But
want
go ahead,
to
Latoya.
validate you a little bit. I think we went off the break, into the break with you just sharing and being vulnerable with us. Brudi, Jabari, I like Jabari. But with you sharing with us your own experiences from the systemic and even the family perspective, right? And, you know, especially, I'm very inspired by you. I watch you, my kids have interacted with you. My son loves you.
Great kids, man. I like your kids. I like your kids.
My son loves you, and my daughter. Both of them are artists, so they
Your daughter's sharp like a whip. Your daughter.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
But my son, to give a little bit of context to parents, my son was racialized in the school system, and when we went to get him assessed, a part of the assessment included ADHD. And when I got the assessment, and I was a social worker, I was working with people already who had ADHD, and I purposefully put the ADHD
To the
diagnosis to the side.
Because you wanted
I
to see if
was
they would
never
reach it?
going to report that to the school.
I didn't want them to label
I was
him.
never going to report that to the school.
Okay.
I was going to report that he was diagnosed with complex PTSD related to chronic bullying,
Yeah.
but I was never going to include that he has ADHD. And the reason for that is because oftentimes in an education system, including an ADHD diagnosis gets you this pathologizing. Oh, this behavior, this presentation, these problems that we're having is a him problem.
Yeah.
It's an ADHD problem, not a system problem, not gaps in the system, gaps in society.
That need to be
And
addressed.
So we chose to work with our kid privately, get him the ADHD coaching that he needed, supported him in the way that he needed. So now my kid walks around and has ADHD is my superpower on all his water bottles. He does all of this wonderful
Shout out to the kid. Shout out to the kid. I don't know if I can get there yet. Shout out to the kid.
So he understands it, and let me tell you, it wasn't without lots of shouting matches in the morning. Water bottles been lost. Oh, he lost his jacket. Oh, he came home without something. Teacher said they have to put a special chair in the classroom for him. But it didn't take away from the fact that my kid is a freaking genius.
Yes.
So,
And so let's walk into
Mr.
that.
Genius.
Let's walk into that. Because there's a creative brilliance that comes with ADHD.
And again, I really, guys, like I'm fresh, man. I'm a veggie when it comes to this.
But you have the lived experience, though.
So, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
I have the lived experience, and now that I am getting all of the clinical definitions
Right.
and the actual theoretical understanding
All coming together.
Now it's all making sense.
Yeah.
Like my whole life. So I don't know whether to be blessed or cursed on this late in the game. But listen, they always say God has a plan. You know what I mean? Yeah. So for me, I think that the creativity of it really, you got to first have to know how to harness the ADHD.
Yeah.
And right now, I am in the stage of, okay, I acknowledged it, denied it, came back on me again,
Yep.
acknowledged it again, and then I accepted it, and then I looked into I looked into treatment. Now, the treatment for me, and this is where you get into, these doctors that just say yes or whatnot, and, where I was able to basically meet my doctor, midway and say, hey, I know X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Let me look at X, Y, and Z medications. So we started running through a year. I'm like, Doc, what am I supposed to be feeling? Like, the clothes are still not folded. I was still late.
I can see.
I was still late. I still watched 8 hours of Netflix and 2 hours of work.
Yeah.
I said, Doc, this is the third one we've tried.
Yeah.
Come on. And then I pulled back because from what I understand, there's the therapeutic side to it, those conversations and that bouncing back
Yep.
from what the doctor. I didn't have that.
Yeah.
And I didn't get a doctor, or I do not have a doctor that engages
Oh, in that way.
in that way. You know what I mean? He sees an issue. He's on the mathematical side of it. This is what you need. If this didn't work, let's try this. So for me, that did not. It didn't work.
Okay.
So I now had to pull back from that process.
Yeah.
And start looking at more natural ways.
Okay.
To try to. Sorry, look at this camera.
It's tough. It's tough, right? I know.
I'm telling you, man, it rings true in every way. So we're gonna try.
Routine.
Yes.
Routine is good.
So
Routine is good.
I am now in the stage. I would say that I am trying to figure out those routinist things.
Yeah.
A bedtime.
Yep.
Who knew at 38 years old? Facing a bedtime is a real challenge. Like, you know what I mean? So, shout out to, Karim, my younger brother, his discipline.
Oh, man.
Second to none.
Let's sound you along for Karim.
Hey, man, shout out to Karim, MD Law. There we go,
Yep.
And, it just, when I even him, when I look at his lifestyle compared to, like, just his ability to be routine.
Yeah.
It's something I've always been low key, like, you know what I mean? If he has to study for the test, he can still do that while watching the series. The series takes me away.
Yeah.
And how does that translate into, I guess it goes then to the feelings of inadequacy that comes with people who have ADHD, right?
Yeah.
Feeling like you're not good enough.
That imposter syndrome.
Yeah. Okay. All my everybody else is able to do this. I can't do this. So something is wrong with me, but I don't know what exactly it is. So we start feeling like deviants. We start going into directions and choosing people that will either don't forget that ADHD we need a high. We chase a high also in ADHD to stimulate the mind, and so
Oh my goodness.
that can be
Hey,
in.
I know we're radio, but all the people out there are like, oh my goodness. Woo.
Yeah.
Oh.
So people always will say, "Oh God, this one is looking for trouble." It's the stimulation that is required.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And
The risky behavior.
the risky behaviors.
Self-sabotage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
All of
remember.
these.
Yeah, they're all there. See, I remember when I was growing up, again in a Jamaican context, my teachers would always say, I have to be seen. I grew up very short, right? I come from a family that's pretty short. My kids are taller than their grandma and their great grandfather, right?
Okay.
So they're pretty short. I grew up short.
Oh, this
And-
Zari shorter.
and-
Papa tree.
And right, and no, even Zari right now
Yeah,
is taller than them.
yeah.
And so I grew up pretty short. So a lot of my teachers attributed my actions to the fact that I was short and I was trying to get attention,
Yeah, make up for
right?
the
Making
height.
up for the height, right? So I was always the one to be seen in class. I was always talking. I was always trying to seek that attention. But to me, in that moment, I thought I was just being me, right?
Yeah.
But I also got to start thinking of it as if I'm the problem, right? And so I had to start curtailing even how I was showing up, just to prove them wrong that hey, I am not the problem. But it didn't always work, right? I got called to the office a lot. Sorry, my mom didn't know that I got called to the office that often. She only got called on the occasions that something really went wrong, right? And I didn't have a language for it. I didn't have any idea what it was until recently, since being here about 2 years ago. I too was diagnosed.
2 years club.
Right, the 2 years club, salute. But I wanted to go back to the pharmacology piece because I was hesitant to actually take meds for my ADHD because throughout my life I found coping mechanism, which now having the education around it, I'm understanding that me getting up in the morning and doing exercise at 5 a.m. every morning was a part of me building routine and a part of me getting that hit that I needed in order to get through the day. Everything has to be laid out for me. So sometimes in my life when things are not laid out, it's all over the place. I forget a lot of stuff, right? And I can't.
Me too.
But I remember when the first time I took medication, I was like, okay, what am I supposed to be feeling? Just like you, right? What am I supposed to be feeling?
Dog, hello.
Right?
Dog.
But the second time, when she upped the meds a little, I realized for the first time, someone once said that living with ADHD is like having some problem with your eyes and not realizing and putting on the glasses for the first time. And when I remember when she upped the dose the first time, and I found myself actually locking in to a task, so much so that I forgot to eat almost for the whole day.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah, and the disclaimer is that so with medication there are different types
Types,
of ADHD
right.
medication, right? And so you have to find the type.
The one
Your
that
doctor
works for
has
you.
to work with you to find the type that works for you. And lots of folks don't even understand or they don't know because their doctors don't talk to them about this. Is that ADHD medication, one of the side effects is to make you more anxious.
Yes, that happens too.
So anxiety is a side effect of many ADHD medication. So yes, you're treating the ADHD, but then the side effect is you have to treat
The anxiety
the
now,
anxiety.
which is where the therapeutic piece comes in.
But you know what? As the wife who has my husband disclosing on full air that he has ADHD and he takes medication for it, I can't help but having to delve into how ADHD can F up relationships,
Oh man.
cause problems. Because I remember
I feel like it should be like a weekly segment for the next year. I got contact for every week.
because the reality is that I remember I had to say to my husband, hey, this is not who you are. This is causing too many problems in our marriage. We've been together for too long for these things to be coming up. And I didn't realize I hated football for many years, right? Because his lawyer, it's a shared thing. But when we came to Canada and he couldn't play football anymore as frequently as he used to, I realized how much the football, the sporting activity, him being physically active was actually his medication all these years. So now that he is so busy and doing so many things, I'm realizing the decline, the forgetfulness, the this, the that, and then for declaration, oftentimes me feeling like I'm a single parent in a full marriage over here. And I'm like, yo, dude, this is not you. And I remember having to give him the ultimatum. Hey, you got to check out what is happening. You know, you're in mental health. You know that I know what I'm talking about. Go get yourself assessed. Let's find a label for this. Because lots of times that can be almost like a cognitive decline as well.
Yes.
And
yeah,
so
yeah, for sure.
I was scared that my husband was losing his
Marbles,
and early something. But thank you for declaring. And Jabari.
And that is very, shout out to the good wives, man. Listen, that, again, you know, when you work on yourself and you're trying to figure these things out.
We're going to go in a break.
And we're going to come right
Yes.
back.
We'll come back. Yeah.
Yeah. Can we have any more fun on the break?
The breaks are always the fun time. And so we're coming back. Welcome back, everyone, with us.
We're on our final segment.
Katie Robertson in the chat says, "My brain feels so smooth with meds." And I can relate, Katie. I can definitely relate. We've gone through a lot of the pieces of not having language for what's happening to us while we're growing up. The problems it's put us through while we were growing up. But I wanna now flip the conversation to the creativity pieces and how that shows up and how it works for us, because you have a show coming up that I also want you to let people in Radioland and on Facebook know about. So let's talk about that a bit and how it's now serving you to actually reach fulfill your purpose in life.
Okay.
Give our peeps out there with ADHD.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah. So basically, you know, the ADHD, through my art, I've been able to find a channel that, you know, people allegedly subscribe to. No pun intended.
Yeah.
And for me, when we talk about the exercising and these things that help channel, for me, at this point, it's my painting, it's my tattooing, and it's the prep. You know, these are the things that I get lost in.
Yes.
These are the things that give me purpose. You know what I mean? For any piece or show, that could be a matter of 8 hours, 80 hours. It just really takes everything from me, you know, and it gives me that concentration. I find that, you know, it wanes, you know, to and fro. But at this point in my life currently, the art has really been my exercise. If anything, my largest routine.
There we go.
Since 2023, I want to say, I've been showing up, you know, locally. Last year was my first debut public showing at the AGA through 5 Artists One Love. And that was kind of what put me on this trajectory that I'm on now. That is where I debuted 4 female Canadian civil rights heroes. Little was known about them, but I really enjoyed and was humbled bringing that story to the public locally here. And then that kind of put me forward to the space I am now, where sponsored by Edmonton Art Council. Shout out to AAC. Shout out to, you know, funding artists, the initiatives and collectives grants, 1, 2, and 3. They were the ones that first believed in this project, and the colored hockey League of the Maritimes.
Yeah.
Yes.
ADHD continues to
Yeah.
and basically, yeah, I'm going to be diving into colored hockey in Canada.
Yeah.
1895 to about 1929 in the Maritimes. That is something that a lot of people don't know about, especially, growing up in a hockey province, hockey country. So when I found this piece of information that blacks started hockey or were playing at the inception of,
Yeah.
I was intrigued.
Have to include us in the history, man.
The dramatic effect. So it's been a really fruitful project. Working with Jasmine Duncan, SNK Events, she is spectacular. Planning events, doing all of from different corners.
Yeah.
Jasmine really does this. She really does this. Yeah, she's
Shout out
yeah.
to Jasmine.
Shout out to Jasmine.
Is she the one that is in the Cary West?
Yeah, that's her.
That's a short.
Yes.
Yeah, that's her.
Jasmine Duncan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lynn Ellis. She's in charge of all the content capture.
Yeah.
Another local artist, photographer, artist. Yeah, and really the team has helped bring this forward, and we have now reached the point where I think we are 5 days out.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. So
October 24th,
that's that.
7 p.m. The Epcor Tower, 16th floor.
There we go.
We are going to, I'm trying to present what I think my idea of an exhibition looks like.
Okay.
So, part show, a little bit of knowledge,
Yep.
and then part 2 exhibition, kind of have some fun, you
Yeah.
know what I mean, mingle,
Okay.
network. So, looking forward to it. This Friday, first solo debut exhibition.
Let's pause for that. Yes, there we go. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's one of the first, kind of events of its kind. And with the ADHD getting here, it's been a roller coaster, man.
Yeah.
It's been so I am
Yeah.
so happy.
Oh, listen, I'm
that
so
we're
proud
here
of you,
today,
man.
And
Yeah.
we're almost there.
We're
so,
inspired.
Yes.
And I know you spoke about the art piece, but I know that you're going into schools next year
Yep.
to speak to
God
youth.
willing, yep.
And I know that you've done some work with youth. That's a passion of yours to be able to destigmatize
Yes.
ADHD and also create a not polished version, but a version of a
Real and raw.
a real, authentic, raw individual to our people, to let them know that you don't have to be perfect in order to exist in society.
Nobody is, yeah.
You just need to be you.
I think that'll work.
Yeah.
I think that'll work. Yeah. Listen, man. I think that too many times in our youth we try to, aspire to what we think. I know I was a victim of that. And again, life is good, man. It's in these later years that I'm fully embracing the odd, quirky person that I am.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
And showing up in these spaces as me
Yeah.
makes it so much easier.
Life becomes so much simpler,
A
right?
little bit, you know what I
So
mean? Everything
yeah,
I
right?
do it to try
Yeah.
to live up to a feeling. That's that whole idea of imposter syndrome, right? So
Yeah.
being able to show up as who you want to show up
Yeah.
in the spaces that you think that you should be in.
Yeah. Yeah.
To me, life couldn't be more sweet.
Oh goodness! One of the things that that I appreciate, because we've had conversations and it feels like it can go on forever,
Yes.
like
I
forever.
feel shortchanged.
And it goes back to that piece where sometimes when these labels are attached to us, right? When people see us as the one that's always different, the one that's always stirring something, the one that's always has to be seen. But beneath that, there is a level of creativity, a level of difference that we want to show to the world. We don't want to fit in the proverbial box.
Yes, thank you.
But sometimes it's so difficult to even explain that in words to someone that's not feeling it. And so being able to express that through art.
Oh, man.
And by the way, for everyone that's listening, listen, you need to check out Brudi's art. Amazing.
Yeah, we have his shirts. We have his shirts. Our kids wear his shirts all the time.
appreciate
And
that, man. I really
we have
appreciate
your
that.
art. So anywhere we
appreciate
go
that.
and we see people in your shirts, we're like, oh, there goes
Mm,
Jabari.
That is huge, man. That is
Yeah.
really huge. That is
Where
really
can
huge.
people find you on social
You
media?
guys can find me at brew.inks on Insta. Pretty much brew.inks for TikTok.
How do you spell that?
BROOD dot INKS. My webpage is broodinks.ca, all one word. Yeah, I'm everywhere, man. I'm
Yeah?
really everywhere. You just gotta.
I know.
Yeah, and
Just
I'm
look, just see that guy. I'm sorry, I'm not wearing that, but that guy, that guy is the that guy is the.
That's
is,
my
yeah.
mascot. Yeah, man. That's my guy. And he really took off this summer.
Yeah.
So I'm humble, man. I'm humble. He's out there now.
It reminds me of when we were younger and we used to draw this Fido
Fido Dido guy.
Fido Dido
Yeah.
image.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
it's amazing how cultures just
Yeah,
transcend.
it's all about brand imagery.
Yeah,
man.
I'm
man.
sorry we're out of time. I couldn't get enough of you though. You know, it's not oftentimes do we find guests that come and I can shut up. And,
That's good.
And
That's
you,
good.
you shut me up. You took over. And that's the whole intention of our show, right? To
Lights
just-
just
Right, yeah, I know,
Oh, my
I
goodness,
know.
The pressure is real, man.
Any final thoughts? Anything that you wanna part with? Any parting words for people out there?
I just want to say, platforms like yourself, thanks for considering me. Thanks for having me. To all the young creatives out there, man, you don't have to be bad to be seen.
There we go. Yeah.
And if I could leave with love always love, stay free,
Yeah.
and hope to see you guys on the 24th, 7 p.m.
There we
at
go.
Power Tower.
Yeah.
Awesome.
There we
Thank
go.
you.
Amazing.
Gotta get out of here.
And so, thank you all for tuning in this morning. This morning we got to get you back on to
man.
talk a bit more about the art
I'm
piece as
humbled,
well,
man.
right?
I'm humbled,
But
man.
of course, coming up right after this will be Miss Laura with the Latin Hour. Of course, G and Special K come back on Friday evening with the next 48 to start off the weekend. On Saturday morning, G and Danny will be in the house with the weekend morning show. There might be a special guest on Saturday morning. I won't spill the beans right now, but you all might be pretty surprised to have a special guest in the house.
Okay.
And of course, next
We always
Sunday,
have special
right? And of course, next Sunday, Latoya, the fire starter, will be back with Iman A. Since no daddy's been.
Yo, your name Ricky. Your name Ricky.
we gotta get a monitor to stick. And so we'll be back next week, Sunday, to unpack a few more things on Let's Unpack That with Redefine Wellness. But until then, we are going to take you out with one of my favorite songs, We Pray, by Popcorn and Dre Midas.
Yo.